Hello and welcome, as it is day number 20 of the 6th month in the year 2018. My name is Derek. I'd like to welcome you to the Crypto Day Morning. Let's start off today's video within market cap, within the crypto space, which is falling below the 300 billion number. For the majority of the year, since the January highs, the crypto space has been in a downtrend or a bear market. At the start of April, a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin in itself started rallying in price. And the market cap got well over 400 billion in the early parts of May. Since then, a lot of markets have been in nothing but a downtrend. So you have a move lower, a little bit of a correction, move lower, again a little bit, large move lower, sideways correction, decent size move again, and it's been in a sideways correction ever since. However, for myself, what I find important is it's showing that the 1 month rally in April is an April Fool's joke. At least that's what the charts are telling me. It's holding very poorly at the lower end of this level. So therefore, with this just being a small whatever blimp kind of rally, and 3,000 Bitcoin being a very serious possibility, I would not be surprised if such becomes the case after a break of this support. And in looking at such, that being the Bitcoin chart, as it had its big move down to February and all that type of stuff, this being the third test, I've been talking about this area as a level of resistance rather than support here in the 6K area. This went down to 6,000. A lot of exchanges with a small pierce below or a small pierce above. This one hit 5920.72, and then this one here, as we could see, supporting amongst this level that's resisting it right now. Well, it most certainly will be resisting it if it breaks down below this 18. And it's coming from spectacular gains, of course, as this has been in nothing more than a phenomenal uptrend for dozens of months or many years. And what I like to think of or talk about as this empty space in here, if it's got to fill on a correctionary move, then that's not a surprise. And especially when you start off with mathematical Fibonacci working out really well. This high, talking about this low, first retracement, this is 23.6. This would be a 38.2% move, and the size of what this leg lower would make sense, passing the eyeball test, thus on this logarithmic chart, not a linear one. After all, markets do not move linearly, but a lot of people show them linear in a linear fashion. Very, very interesting. Let's move on and take a look more at the current situation. So as we look at this again with the resistance at this level, the line, I don't have to draw the line in now because this red line in here represents the support several times hit within the April lows and March lows. And now I see this on the 18 average having its correctionary move. Still at the 18 average of lows, it's declining this band, and in order for it to stop doing so, it's pretty much got to stop going down now. But if you see the market momentum have that situation, leg lower, correctionary move, and then the leaving of the correctionary move, which is what that would be doing, well, in bear markets, what did it do when it left this correctionary move? What did it do when it left this one? And it's not a bullish situation. In fact, it's the most opposite. It's a bearish one. When it all comes down to it, though, in general, crypto space, when they're ready to go, they're going to go. But the odds do favor that not to happen before any type of decent size move. And generally speaking, too, if there's going to be a reversal, you're going to oftentimes, or sometimes anyway, get the type of patterns to tell you that the market is ready to bottom. So if it is to be bottoming now, and let's just say it does something like this, well, then the 18 average in here would barely start to go flat. This move here would make it start to rise. And then in a spot like this, you would have established a level of resistance. But even in spots like that, you're giving yourself good odds in a long situation. There's always the possibility that a failed breakout occurs when you find good bullish situations, when the momentum indicators are telling you that it's right to go long. And this is for any code when I say this type of situation. So for myself, this is what I'm doing. Like yourself, everything's your own risk, own reward. Bitcoin is my base currency for many, many different markets. And I haven't been doing any real trades with it against any type of US dollar since I decided, yeah, I mean, I gotta hedge myself. I gotta quote unquote short the market or sell Bitcoin for US dollars. And I did that at the highest price of lowest price rather of 75, and also in the 8,000s as well. I'm not looking to cash many of those out until I see these prices breaking down. Oh, I might take a small nudge at 5,000. Why 5,000? Well, the 5,000 area to me represents the failed breakdown area. And what the failed breakdown area means, because I'm expecting a 3,000 move on a break of this situation, whenever that break happens, like I stated on the upside, you always got to be concerned of the possible failed move, which might be the underdog. But even still, a failed move would be not going to an intended target, which in this case is 3,000, breaking a very major key established level, and that is most certainly the case here, and then only going down a noticeable amount, not a big amount, because this size of a line, considering I'm expecting something bigger closer to here. If it only does this, it's a smaller move. But if it comes back and retests back towards this price area, which would be where we stand now in the 6,000s, relatively quickly after making it to 5-ish, 551, 48, 52, anything in that area, and then you see it in this point price, it's been a day or two, and wow, it's back up there. And if you happen to notice that it does another floor or two higher within another day, 2, 3, or 4 after that, you'd be talking about the failed breakdown lower and the possible fast move higher, which in that case would be around to at least 10,000. So I'm just setting up how, or explaining how the failed break would move. On a move to 3,000, what I would be expecting is for it to go from like 4,000 to 3,000 very, very fast, and then pretty much back up to 3,600 to 4,000 very, very fast after it. I would expect it to pierce below 300 and maybe even go down closer to, on the average exchange, at around 2,800. But what happens is going to be the actual event. I'm just trying to make the best calculated guess, and it's not a guess, it's calculated. I guess it's a calculation answer, because 3,000 is the 38.2%, and it usually does a little bit more. So a little bit more would be about 28. So that's the calculation. If you are wondering about the Fibonacci formula, because it's not conventional, it's taken the highest price, in this case around 20,000, the lowest price about 150, to the exponent of the fib percentage. 38.2% down is 0.618 up. So to the exponent of 0.618, multiply about 150, you're going to get around 3,000. And we're going to finish this off with Litecoin. And this one has already been breaking down below its key levels of support. And it's also, after this leg lower, showing the same similar thing up to the correctionary move and looking to go lower. What I mentioned before is I didn't expect 100 to be that much support. So I've been right. In fact, if anything, it's been a little bit of resistance. I thought a small move down would be closer to about 80, which would be the equivalency of a $6,000 test of Bitcoin, or a little bit below on that. But if Bitcoin falls well over half its value, from noticeably over 6,000 to 3,000, then we have to start to think here that even coming down to the $40 level, 40 to that 40, 50 could be in play. For how many altcoins are going to do better crossed against Bitcoin during a situation like this? There's going to be a lot of panic selling going on. And it's typical within the markets. When markets go up, everyone gets euphoric. And they think everything's so great. And I think a lot of them get scared to sell because they think that, I don't know what they think on that spot, but I think a lot of people are just scared to sell when it's very, very high. And then when it's going lower because of fear, that's when you sell. Because why would you sell here? And I say this because you like the sale here at 81. You didn't like it at 117, or for myself, I got I'm not going to say I sold a lot of Litecoin, but the Litecoin that I did sell around 133. I mean, if I felt it was going to go down here, those indicators were showing a long time ago. But remember, a lot of people aren't able to understand just, I don't know what it is. Again, they just don't see it. But typically within markets, you have amazing euphoric moves up, down moves, and sideways moves, and capitulation moves. For myself, I'd rather be a buyer as it's capitulating at the lower end than be a seller as it's going on. That's what I'm basically doing, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to today's video, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.